over here? Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. So let's bring Brad in. Show a little bit.
I can be mostly you.
Hey, can you guys hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you.
You guys look and sound amazing. Look at that. You got the fire in the background.
Yeah, well, it's the burn. We thought it would be appropriate.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
I got to sit really close to Mike.
Just push the laptop further back.
Feeling really special.
Or push the camera further back. No, you guys are good to go. All right, so what we'll do is we'll just let the room fill up a little bit more. I'm doing this remote, guys, so I don't have the same visibility as I typically do. So I'm not really too sure on the statistics. So what we'll do is we'll probably let this fill up a little bit more.
Can we turn it up a little bit?
Turn this up. We don't hear you. I just don't want to echo.
Where do people watch this? YouTube on Facebook.
Yeah, you can take it to the link tree.
Big block burn time. That's right, Kevin. Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening to you, Chrissy.
Okay,
Nice
the
to see
sound
you.
quality is great.
I've been talking to you all day. Blowing our phones up like an Energizer bunny. Let's keep on going. So today we have a bunch of special guests. You know, we really didn't anticipate to have a broadcast like this, and you know, even though we've had special guests on the broadcast before, this one here kind of takes the cake. You know, thank you, Chrissy, thank you, Jarrett, for kind of throwing this together at the very last second. It's kind of amazing what people can do when they say, "Hey, what about this idea? What about if we had a broadcast where we telethon all these big name people?" And then Sean and I just said, "Yeah, you know, why not?" And then they just went to town. And I tell you, my phone has not stopped ringing all day long. And Sean, I know that you're on the phone pretty much all day talking to people about the private sale, talking to people about mail, as well as Christy and Jarrett. So thank you guys. Thank you guys for that. Absolutely.
If you guys are on YouTube, help us out. Go subscribe and like it. Like our channel. We're gonna start putting a lot more stuff on there. Yeah, today's been kind of a crazy couple of days because 2 days ago it was just Brad and I getting on to do this with everyone, and now it's turned into a full production. You know, I think we might even have jugglers, people eating fire. It's everything but that. But we have some really exciting guests, and then we have some good friendships that we've made, and you know, the litmus test for us is do people want to help push the project forward? Do they want to jump on board the train? And man, we have some really great people that have decided to step up. You know, so it's been a fun week. Hope everybody's been well leading up to Christmas in a couple of days. You know, but it's been a fun week. It's been hectic.
Yeah, so I see a lot of faces in here. You know, we've that are in the Mill Token Army. Jason Dietz, look at you. I missed you, man. So, yeah. So we have some people in the waiting room. Mike, do you have access to that? James Curry of We the People broadcast wants to join us, as well as Todd and
Chris Wright.
Chris Wright, you know, from the Chris Wright Show. Hey, there he is. What's up, guys?
What's up, man?
What's going on? Thanks for having me. I think my co-host Anthony is in there somewhere as well.
Yeah, right here. I see him.
Hey.
Oh,
There he is. What's happening, guys?
What's going on,
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, so you know what we want to do is, you know, just tell us a little bit about what you guys do, and who you are, and you know, a little bit about your guys' background. We'd love for everyone to hear it.
Sure.
yeah, Anthony, you want to go first?
Yeah, absolutely. James and I, and we have a third co-host, Nick, and we have a show called We the People Radio, and we broadcast every week. And recently, James has been going to some in-person events. He went to the Clay Clark and America tour, being all kinds of patriots, and so we've stepped from behind the scene now out into life. And every week we're just trying to bring truth, the news, trying to help people make sense of the times that we're in. And we're having us doing it, and we've been doing it for about 2 years. We never thought we'd be talking to anybody. Now here we are, meeting with all you fine people, and it's really a blessing, and we're so excited to be here. So thank you so much for having us.
That better be.
Well, hey man, welcome aboard, Anthony. Man, it's great to meet. We got a chance to spend some time with you guys, man. Just great guys, and we all understand and have the same mission as it relates to our veterans and first responders. And you guys, after talking to you, you're a patriotic group of people, man, and you guys are out there just trying to cut through the noise and try to help people understand what the truth is in this world. And part of that truth comes with facing what's going on with our veterans and our first responders, and and how they're getting left on the side in a lot of cases. And we're glad that you guys saw the mission the way we did, and we're glad to have you on board.
Well, that's kind of how we got introduced. Our good friend Jeremy Brown, who's a Green Beret veteran, is sitting as a political prisoner right now, and we've been speaking very loudly about his situation. He got denied bail on a trespassing charge, and he's sitting in jail. Served our Green Beret, went overseas, and they arrested him because he blew the whistle on the FBI because he wanted to expose that they were trying to have people infiltrate and cause the whole January 6th situation. He never stepped foot in the Capitol, and he's now sitting in jail on a trespassing charge. So that's kind of how we got introduced, because our veterans are getting treated so poorly, and we love the approach that you guys are taking, because we've been very outspoken about treatments for PTSD. And when we heard what you guys were doing with MDMA and psychedelics, we thought that was amazing, because we've seen amazing results with so many veterans who decided to get treatment like that. And that's something that we're really excited about.
Yes, sir. Yep. Well, man, glad to have you guys on board, man. It's going to be an exciting run. Yep. So listen, guys, I just wanted to, this buy and burn thing, I think, is kind of the start of it's kind of our second start. It's called, we're calling it version 2. And the guys a lot of people that are on this stream, they've been with us since the beginning. And it's been a little bit of a bumpy ride. It's been a roller coaster, even for cryptos, by crypto standards. But the one thing that, what kept us, connected to the project is Brad and I were told early on, the only way you lose is if you quit. And so, although the path, for a little bit, we didn't know what we were going to do. We had no idea. We knew that we couldn't quit, and that if we just kept at it, we would figure out, a way to continue to move the project forward. And that's what kind of happened, man. So I know how much I appreciate the people that have been here from the beginning. I appreciate the fact that you guys stuck around, and I would say the overwhelming majority that stuck around and are, the part of the OG club. The one thing we all have in common is our just absolute reverence for our veterans and first responders. And so, that, I think, as long as that stays as the foundation of what we're doing, we can't fail in this mission, because we're doing it for all the right reasons. We're doing it, we're being innovative and risk-taking, and we're going for it, right? We're not the people on the sidelines kind of watching the game. We're in the game, getting our nose bloodied every day. And that's the only way you're going to learn. And so, I'm glad we kind of, we're able to take a step back, see the picture a little different. And we're really excited about version 2 on Ethereum. And we're really excited about, kicking it off with a buy and burn like this tonight, just to bring the community back together. So we're like, hey, this is where we're going. This is what we're doing. This is kind of the mark in the sand from here forward. Like, this is just going to pick up in pace. The pace has been incredible the last 30 days. And we have quite a lineup that's coming in front of you guys tonight on partnerships, advisors, and people that we found that aren't just talking the talk, they're walking the walk out there. And that's, that's the thing that we learned a little bit in the first go round. We were all kind of star-eyed by these big names. But really, the litmus test when you talk to them is when by the end of the phone call, they're talking about the project as it's our project. It's not what you're going to do and it's what we're going to do. And some of the, these guys and some of the other guests that are going to be coming on, that's the one thing we found from them is that they understood the mission and immediately they looked at it as it was their own. And they were in so fast and just said, what can we do to help you guys further the project? What can we do to be involved? And I think you'll find that is the common theme of the people that are coming in tonight. Listen, man, it doesn't matter how many followers and friends and all this stuff. What matters is the audience that you're talking to engaged and are they going to understand what we're trying to do? And these guys here, it's going to be a home run. And every guest tonight, as you'll see, they're more excited about our project than even we are, if you can find that hard to believe. So it's kind of like today's, this is the liftoff, this is like the beginning of it. And man, we've been really busy behind the scenes and, we can go into a lot of the planning that's happened, some of the partnerships that won't even be here tonight. And then some of the immediate plans into the near future, launching Ethereum, live events, crypto seminars, all the things that we talked about doing back in the day. We finally got to, we finally understand how we're going to execute those things. And dude, I'm super excited. I'm super excited that everyone's, stuck with us. And man, the OGs, dude, like I have great friends. Brad and I, Mike and Craig, like these guys have become great friends of ours, dude. I talk to them as much as I talk to any of my friends that I have here. And this has happened in 6 months. And I think the reason why is because, man, we're at the beginning of this new thing. And this new thing is exciting as hell. This new thing is filled with opportunities and filled with ways. And who's going to take the reins and who's going to execute and who's going to become the blueprint for what others want to do. And man, it's fun to be a pioneer, those first people coming over on the boat. Anytime you go into something new, it's super exciting, dude. And, it's the fuel that it gets in your blood. And once this crypto and once the veterans and understanding this mission, it's like once you get attached, you can't get out, dude. So the only option is success. And we're just super excited. I know Brad's over there. He has a lot to say, man. And I know he has done just amazing stuff and helping with the partnerships and just running the ship. And dude, I don't know about you, Brad, but I'm freaking pumped up, man.
Yeah, I'm really excited. So the amount of people that are jumping on board, the amount of people that's pulling the wagon, I really didn't have any expectations of how it was going to go starting out. But just like now, we're sitting in front of the We the People radio. Sean, let's fly out to Vegas and let's do some We the People stuff. You know what I mean? So let's
we're gonna do a lot of fun stuff together. I'm excited.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, we have look at the chat. We have Dick Heller in the chat saying hi. A two-way advocate, doing a lot of good work. So there's a lot of good eyes on this project. There's a lot of good eyes in this room and surrounding us. So it's I'm really excited.
We're beyond stoked to work with you guys. I mean, as soon as we got off our call, I mean, we literally couldn't believe how our beliefs and everything that you guys are trying to just totally lines up. And man, we're gonna crush it and keep changing a lot of different venues. I mean, charitable giving, helping out the veterans and first responders, and total transparency. I mean, it goes on and on. You guys really have just totally blown the mark.
So I think we have, we have a string of people that'll be coming on, and I think there's a new partner that, man, when we met this guy the first time, listening to him understand what we were doing, and then understand his, how to apply it in his sport, and just understanding the scope and the size of his reach, but more than anything, it was his passion and for what we're doing. It was one of those calls where it's like, man, it felt like I'd known this guy my whole life, and I've been on the phone with him for just a few minutes, and his excitement, enthusiasm is infectious. And I don't know, Todd, are you there? You want to click and come on line, Todd? Go ahead and add him.
Yeah,
let's see if you want to do that.
Do I add? Do I push in the chat or what?
You're in.
Hear him?
Perfect. Rotate those cameras around.
Yes, indeed. Well, hey everybody. I want to introduce someone that that's who I was talking about just now. Is Todd LeDuc. Todd is in the Monster Truck series. He's Monster Jam, and man, he's quite a character, dude. He's a celebrity, a real celebrity in that industry. But more than anything, he is just a fine man, and somebody that I'm really happy to have as a part of our team. And so, without further ado, Mr. Todd LeDuc.
Yeah, Todd, tell them how many championships have you won? How many awards? I mean, it's freestyle. You have, with Baja, the racing championships. Tell everybody a little bit about what you did and how you got there.
Yeah, I'm Todd LeDuc. I was born in Massachusetts, moved to California, and now I live out here with my beautiful wife and my 2 young boys that are 8 and 6. I live out here in Phoenix, Arizona, or Peoria area, and ever since I was little, my dad was a race car driver. He was an off-road race car, legend. And I had a younger brother and we just said that's what we want to do for our career in our life. That's it. I want to be him. And just unbelievable career. I've been racing professionally for over 28 years and won 11 world championships and just tons of accomplishments. But I've had a lot of great support and great alliances with teams and sponsors that wanted to go, win those championships and be the best. And I aligned myself with winners and people who do really well in business. And when this deal came up in front of me, I couldn't have passed it up.
So Todd, let me ask you this. Have you, tell me about your experience in crypto. What is your experience in it? Or do you have any?
I have zero. I've always just, was kind of sitting back and watching the wave build, and I just felt a little nervous or something, and I just needed that push and just to see that there was a good company out there and good people out there trying to help other people do well, and I thought, why not? So I made the phone call, and here we are. Literally like a week has gone by since the first time I've contacted you for some information to now I'm here just living the dream and hopefully be part of this whole deal.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah. Hey, you know what I think would be cool is to give a little taste of some of the marketing stuff or some of your ideas for promotions and all that you were talking to Brad and I about.
Yeah, with Monster Jam, it's insane. It's one of those next level sports right now. It's growing and growing and growing, and a lot of the nights we're hitting 60,000 live impressions, so 120,000 total in one weekend. And logo placement and having a slow tie-in, just a real soft, subtle, getting into their subconscious and just start advertising. But we're reaching somewhere close to 7 million live impressions. Then TV, yeah, you can see it right there in the background. It's an incredible sport. It's growing, and no cryptocurrencies are involved at all yet. So I thought, why not help introduce or build a bridge with the great people, with you guys at Military and see what happens.
Oh, so there's no players in your space yet. There's no crypto players as of yet.
It is not. So that's why I said we should come in now and strike now. And you guys are on the same level as me, thinking we're aligning our commitments and our plans, like marketing, like eventually trying to get kiosks in our lines, because people get to do this thing called the pit party, where they get to meet us and talk to us and become really, really tight and bonded. A lot of sports, you can't just walk up and wait in line for Tom Brady at a game. So that's why I think tying us as a partner or being invested in this program, it gives us a lot of clout to the fans that, okay, he's a hardworking guy. He's out there sacrificing his body, like you can see right there, just smashing and bouncing around. And I think it's going to be really, really smart. And these are the folks that have a little bit of money to play with and to go invest. And, just a lot of parents with their kids having a good time. And I think it's going to be a great, great fit. And like you said, marketing wise, I have a lot of strategies that I'm going to kind of play with, with kiosk codes and try to integrate, marketing and stuff on my truck or on myself as I drive around the track. So we're going to slowly get the Monster Jam fans know the name and what it is and help drive sales to the website, and maybe a few fans come over and watch me.
That's it, man. So I got a question. Are you a mill holder? You hold the token?
I do.
There you go.
I'm going to screenshot and maybe I can text it to one of you guys and show you. I've already invested. So I'm 100% in. That's how I'm staying focused on this. You know, I'm not asking for the money up front. I just want I want options. I want to be in on this deal. So as soon as this goes, I'm scooping up tokens as much as I can.
He's one of us. He's one of us now. So it's one of us pulling the wagon.
Jump first, ask questions second, huh?
Yeah, right. You know, putting military finance in front of your audience is a great, it's a great marriage because it kind of checks off all the boxes. You know, we've modeled everybody who was in the project and what they look like, and then you can actually take that exact same model and you can put it over to your customer base, the people who typically go to your events. And it's a match made in heaven. So, you know, I don't know what made you send that email out to say, hey, military finance, you know, what you got going on. But I thank the lucky, you know, I thank God that you did, you know?
Yeah, me too. It was just fate. It was our destiny, the work ethic, the drive, everything seemed like the first time we made the phone call, everything just stitched right together perfectly. And I think this is going to go a great direction. You guys are trusting me because this is my world. This is motorsports, you know, and so you guys got to trust me. And I've been verbally trying to, you know, tell you guys, this is what we need. This is what we're going to do. We're going to try this. And if that doesn't work, we're going to go this way. And we have always a backup plan with the marketing strategy that we're coming at this with. There's always different routes. So we're just going to be fluid. We're going to flow with what the fans and the customers are wanting to do and buy and how they want to buy them all. And we'll aim more specific that direction and see if we can take that template and go somewhere else with it.
Nice,
that's beautiful. So one other thing too is, you know, I'm really big into the Jeeps. I'm really big into, you know, dirt bikes and dual sports.
Yep.
You know, how much of a stretch would it be to have a rig built for King of Hammers, a military finance rig?
Oh, we could do one for sure. I can make a phone call within a week and get a really nice vehicle going out there. And same thing, that's a 250,000 people go out to that event every February, and it's just the King of the Hammers. It's a wild race out there, and one day we'll get you out there and you get to drive at least one lap, and then I'll drive the rest.
I want to do that backflip. I want to do that backflip thing.
Yeah, one of these days, if we do like a really cool charity or a big event, I'll try to bring out a truck. We can give rides to, you know, investors, friends, families. It'll be a really, really great way to tie in our side of it, the racing or extreme sports side of it, into a lot of the other markets that are here, the radio, you know, shows, and just really tie us all together. It's like a big family, you know?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's a great idea. You know, so there's a lot of like-minded people, a lot of people that have the same passion, and a lot of the same audiences too that will kind of bleed over. And it's really good to meet people like this that we can kind of shake hands with and say, you know, we'll help you, you help us, and it's all for a good cause. I love it.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be great. Like I said, I'd love to, you know, go do events and do shooting contests and stuff, and to see how terrible of a shot I am compared to the military, and just try some stuff that's out of my world, my element would be really, really fun, and I think it'd be really entertaining for the fans.
You know, so this is what I'm thinking, man. So I'm thinking I'll contact a remote control plane that does, you know, the aerobatics.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say, hey, can you put on the air show for some vets? And then I'll call some vets. I'll say, hey, you want to do some skeet shooting with some airplanes, and not tell either one, and then just see which one. See, you know, watch a chaos ensue. But yeah, no. So
cool.
there's a lot of cool things that we could do. A lot of cool content, and I'm really, really excited. Really, really excited.
Yeah, me too, guys. I'm honored, and like I said, I just wanted to be on here and voice my opinion so that people know the name to the face here, because like I said, we're all going to get to know each other, and like I said, hopefully all of us do well, and we'll see what happens here in the future for sure. I'm beyond excited to be, you know, jumping into the world of crypto, and I couldn't feel like, I don't know, I just feel like I couldn't be in any better hands. And you guys are super transparent, like he was saying earlier. It's, you know, I'm the second person that's mentioned that, so you know, you guys are doing the right thing, and people still believe in that style of working and ethics and stuff, and it's good to see it here.
Absolutely. Hey, before you go, Todd, hey, anybody from the audience, you guys got any questions for Todd?
So one of them asked if you're related to Keith McGee, and no. Well, Keith knows of you. I don't know if you know of Keith. He's a first service disabled NASCAR a driver in and I asked him about you. He goes, yeah, I know him. I go, does he know you? Because I don't think so. But I mean, you're a well-known name in the community, not just in the monster truck, but in the in all aspects of off-road. I feel like you touch a lot of different styles.
Yeah, no, you're right. And like, I think a lot of people know that we came from a family that didn't have a lot of money. You know, we had to work on our own race cars, build them, race them. And if we weren't winning, we weren't making money, you know, but we had a good family ethic. We all had a drive to go to the top and stuff. And I don't know. I think this is going to be really, really big. I just feel great.
Yeah, well, it's So well, I'm first, I'm glad that you're aboard, and there's gonna be a lot of green days ahead of us.
Yeah. No, I think, I don't know. It's just all of us are one big family in some way, somehow. Everyone relates to each other and stuff. And I just want to help. If I can help build a bridge with, folks that have never had a wallet before, a crypto wallet, to bridge that gap for them and help them get into this market, I think if I can do it, anyone can do it. And I just want to help lead more leads over to military.
There you go. Awesome, man. Well, man, we really appreciate you coming on tonight and taking the time, my friend. Glad to have you as a part of the team.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. I'll be back on. I'm going to probably make some dinner real quick.
All right. You got it, man. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Yeah, that guy's awesome, man.
What you guys think, man? Yeah.
What do you guys think of one of the newest additions? Now we have some more additions to the team, and we have some more guests that's going to be popping on, some more surprises. But we're assembling the dream team. And when we first talked to Todd, because usually we get these calls, right, and then they're sales calls, and it's not. They'll call and say, "Hey, well, we can do this, this, and this, but it's going to cost you this amount of money, and we don't know the results," and it's very, very vague, very, very ambiguous. And then you get a call like Todd that says, "Hey, man, I see what you guys are doing. I see, the path that you're going, and I can see you following in the footsteps of Red Bull, Monster, of these big boys. I want to jump aboard. I want to help pull the wagon." And it was like a breath of fresh air. I absolutely loved it. So, really, really excited. And Sean has expressed so much excitement with it too. And I feel like, he has millions and millions and millions of people that watch him and then see him and then see the stuff he does. It's awesome that he would come aboard. So I'm really, really excited.
Yeah. We have some questions in here too. The other thing that was real impressive when you start to hear his sponsors have been with him for 10 years, for 12 years, so, typically the way that works, and after listening to him, everything he equated was to ROI. It's got to be good for the partner. It's got to be good. It's got to be good for him. So he's laser focused on the same thing we are. It's identifying the people in his target audience that are going to be the easiest to convert to crypto at these on-site events. And he even talked to us about a strategy they had used prior with another company where they gave a little questionnaire out before the event. And depending on how they answered the question, they would get a white wristband, a blue wristband, or a red wristband. They knew that the white were not interested at all. The blue were kind of medium, and the red were the hot prospects. So it allowed you to focus in on the people that were the most interested in the product that you were selling or the product you were offering. So just listening to a guy that thinks like that and how he's focused on, hey, we don't need to just create a lot of noise. We need to create a lot of noise that actually gets results. It was refreshing. And that's his litmus test, which is the same as ours. And so, yeah, this is kind of the way I was telling Brad. We thought every one of these relationships that we got were going to be exactly like Todd's. And so we've gone through quite a few of these things. And he was really the first one. Andy really did also. Andy's just much more subtle and much more reserved when you're talking to him. But he said the same things, but just Todd was way more excited about it. And he had all these ideas that came with it. And these are the kind of people that we want to partner with moving forward, because there's this big subset of his fans that we're going to intro, we're going to educate, we're going to entertain, and we're going to move into the crypto market. And dude, it's good to be first to market, because he also has big footprint in the motocross market. And these are kind of the not major sports that don't get as much attention, but have just as rabid of a fan following. and said, now we get to be the leader. And, you know, he even talked about, listen, we go in and do a good job. What's going to happen is the company that owns Monster Truck and owns these motocross, they're going to be like, you know what? I keep seeing Military Finance everywhere we go. At every one of these events, there's stickers and there's little gadgets and keychains. What's going on? And he said the way it works is they'll start looking at it and saying, how can we do something at a bigger level with them? And maybe we wake up and we become, you know, the official sponsor of the Monster Truck Series, you know, that kind of thing. So there's a lot of upside to the relationship. And then, you know, immediately having Todd, you know, helping pull the boat and bringing awareness. It's an absolute home run. Like, I can't even tell you, man. It's been a real good week since we met him, just because his enthusiasm has been so great.
Yeah, and I want to answer one of these questions, which I think is relevant to after this. It says, Brad Sean, do you think Todd will help bring over people who aren't traditionally interested in crypto or haven't really been exposed to it? And the answer is yes. So we've modeled everybody who's been in military finance, and we've taken a look at who they are, where they are, what they want, what they don't want, right? So we know that they're typically a little bit older. You know, over 30 years old. And I'm not saying that, you know, over 30 is old. I'm 37. So I'm saying it's not the young 14-year-olds. They have disposable income. They're overwhelmingly patriotic, and they share the same values as us as far as liking, want to help first responders and veterans. And they don't know how to get into crypto. They've heard about it. They've heard about these kids making, you know, putting in $8,000 and pulling out $13 billion, whatever. They like it. They're not afraid of it. They just don't know how to get into it. So Sean and I sat down and we thought, what if we could figure out a way where we could put a tablet in front of somebody and say, do you know what? If you press these 4 buttons and swipe your card, then you become a mill holder. You know, if it was that easy, if it was step 1, 2, 3, would that make people convert? And we racked our brains, and we sat, you know, in the war room. We talked with lawyers, you know, back and forth, say, how can we do this? How can we do that? And then there was an aha moment where we said, do you know what? We could build this system, which is, you know, we're putting it in for a patent. And we could build a system that makes it so incredibly easy for somebody to become a holder without PancakeSwap, without Trust Wallet, without MetaMask, without having to go through these extra steps. So people would want to support the project. So that was really the missing link. Even if you have through Bitmart or through the One Touch Buy, it's always been a problem, right? Because you have these barriers. In about 10 years, everybody's going to be looking at crypto like it's so easy to get to. But at this point in time, if you have 17 steps, or if you have 10 steps, or even 8 steps, that's you know, if you have 8 steps, that's 6 steps too many, right? So, you know, Sean and I figured out a way to go from credit card to holder easily, instantaneously, and headache free. And that's why we're doing these events. That's why, you know, at the end of April, we have the concert in Katy, Texas with, you know, I think it's Lee Bryce, right? It's Lee Bryce or it's
Aaron Lewis.
Or Aaron Lewis. You know, we decided to go country just because that was a demographic, and draw people there for these veteran events. We also have smaller events that the community is putting on, right? So we have one that's a car show. They're taking over an entire street. They're having bands, you know, they're having live music. They're having kids games. They're having, you know, they're having food trucks. They're putting on this car show. It's as big, and it's for military finance and veterans. So people are going to these events with the preconceived notion that it is for the veterans, right? So then we can you know, pull them on as somebody as part of the team there, and it's going to be a good litmus test. But the answer is yes. You know, there's a lot of people who haven't been exposed to crypto, and just because there isn't anybody in the market doing it, it's not to say that we can't trailblaze, right? So there wasn't anybody that sponsored a NASCAR in crypto. Then when, you know, we sponsored, you know, Keith McGee, and now I see NASCAR is getting sponsored by crypto all the time, right? So it's not to say that because nobody's there, we can't trailblaze. But yeah, no. So I'm really, really excited.
Brad, are we ready for the next guest, or?
Yeah, let's I guess who's next on the docket?
I think Keith.
I
Is Keith,
don't see Keith.
let's see, Keith.
He's not on right now.
No, we can let's just bring on someone else. Let's bring on Chris Wright. There you go.
Okay. You want to give an intro?
Yeah. So, Brad, you want to give an intro for Chris Wright? We'll bring Chris on.
Yeah, let's do it. Mr.
Gentlemen, how you doing?
Wright. Good. How are you, man?
I'm doing very good. I can't complain at all. How you guys doing today?
Good. So Chris and I, we had a nice long chat. And typically, I like to keep it, short, sweet, to the point. But he was so easy and fun to talk to that it ended up being damn near 2.5 hours, wasn't it?
Oh man, we kept it going, man. we could have kept them going all night, man. We had to stop it short, really.
Yeah. So Chris, talk to everybody a little bit about yourself. What you've created, in some of the accomplishments, and kind of you took a look at the project, you liked it, you wanted to hop aboard, and then I guess a little bit of your thought process.
Yeah, definitely, of course. It kind of all started with me with the walkaway movement with Brandon Strock. Justice for Strock, by the way, with the whole January 6th craziness that's going on with that. But he started the walkaway movement. I did a video that I shared with him, and when he shared my video, and it went viral. And when it went viral, I kind of caught me off guard a little bit. So I started a YouTube channel where I just told people, hey, if you like the video, check out my YouTube channel, and we posted a video at least once a week. So the YouTube channel grew and grew to now over 30,000 subscribers. And it got to the point where a lot of people were commenting in my videos and saying, hey, I'm in New York too. I thought I was only conservative here. You're walking through Brooklyn talking about Trump. Like, wow, man, like what's going on? So I got so much good feedback that what I decided to do was get those people in my comment section together and say, hey, I'm going to start a grassroots group. Let's meet up and like hang out, maybe have some drinks and talk, whatever it may be. And I decided to call it the CRA, which stands for Conservative Republican Alliance of New York. And the first event I had, it was like 2 people there total. And it went from 2 people to 5 people to 8 people. And it went to points where I've done rallies with over 300 people, with over 500 people. And it's still growing. And we're doing meetups now locally. And we're meeting up in the Metropolitan Republican Club, where we're all meet up together. And we are bringing up an idea, a game plan, a strategy of how we're going to bring in grassroots conservative Republican politics into New York on a grassroots level and get people elected in local state committee positions, district leaders, back America First politicians we consider, registered Republican voters, election integrity, most important. Yeah. And we're fighting on all those things on a grassroots level. And we're going to feel like we can bring change that way instead of doing the typical way of people saying, hey, I become governor or become mayor. But there's a lot of things you can do on a local level where everyday Americans, which I like to call we the people, we can come together and really change this country. And we've done it in the past, if you look at American history. So I think we can do it now. And that's my goal on a conservative level in New York. And when I saw what you guys were doing, with Military.Finance, it just caught my attention immediately because, people that are familiar with me and my content, my dad's an Army Major veteran. I saw the Berlin Wall fall as a little boy. I lived in Germany for 5 years on a military base there. So I always had love for this country's military. And the reason why I'm patriotic and doing what I'm doing now is because of the way I grew up in the military. So it's just automatically me to stand up and fight for when it's time to fight for what's right. And what's going on in this country, and especially here in New York, a lot of it's wrong. And I could sit back and just not pay attention or stand up and fight and do it in the right way, the way I was raised and the way this country was built. And that's what I'm doing now. And I feel what you guys are doing, and you guys are doing it in a way where you're helping out a lot of important Americans in this country, which are our veterans. And you're doing it in a way in which is the future when it comes to finances, and that's current and cryptocurrency. And I was looking to get invested in cryptocurrency and myself. I was just trying to find the first step. So when you guys approached me with this opportunity, it was like no questions asked. I was looking to get into crypto, and not in like a pyramid scheme, trying to get your money kind of way, but in honest, we got a real, a game plan here. And we got proof that it works. And not only that, but you're helping out veterans. So how can I turn that down? There's
You
no
know,
way.
listen, man, when we met you, and you'll see a common theme across all of these new relationships that we have, is that it's the people that are out there actually doing the work, man. That's what we were, man. I was like, Chris is not talking the talk. He's not talking he's out there doing the work, you know? And so you know, when you can get someone like Chris interested in your project, you know, the way that he approaches everything is the same way. And so the same effort that he's putting into our mission aligns with his mission. So now, you know, we got a guy that's out there in the streets, that's making things happen, that's not sitting on the sidelines. And man, you know, my hat's off to you, man. And so, you know, let me ask you this: Are you a mill holder? You a mill holder?
Yeah, I am. Well,
Yeah.
no. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. I'm not a mill holder, but I am invested into Military Finance. I'm hopefully in time I'll be a mill holder.
There you go.
And I think this is the opportunity that's going to get me there. And I feel like you guys are the proof in the pudding. And
Awesome.
I think that's, if you do the right, you know, take the right steps, you can make that happen with you guys.
Yeah. So let me ask you this: Have you thought about how, you know, how would you fit us into your mission when you're out there in the streets and out there doing things? Have you put any thought to how you would be able to leverage your skills and your network to make them aware of the project?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm already influenced, in bringing in capitalism on a inner city local level. When I talk to the community, I say, hey, you know, I don't come and approach with politics. I approach them with issues they're dealing with, either that be the vaccine mandates, high taxes, high gas prices. And I say, hey, you sick of this? Are you tired of this? And they say, of course. And then I kind of bring in the conversation. And I feel when it comes to crypto, like a lot of people are around the country, around this, you know, here in New York City, are talking crypto, and they're interested and they see the potential in it, and they got friends or family that might have had a little bit of success with crypto, and they're seeing like this is not just BS, but how do I take that first step?
Yeah.
And I feel like I said, like when it is coming to inner cities and talking politics with them, is using the Constitution as the first step. I feel when it comes to talking finances with these people in these areas, a crypto is going to be a great first step. And because especially we're living in a time where there's a lot of young people who are interested, who are familiar with the internet, who know technology very well. And when you see a lot of young people getting on board and becoming successful, the wave is going to come from there, because they're going to get their peers, they're going to get, you know, their relatives that are older, like, hold on, my nephew's making, how did, you know, and I know how it works. So it's going to catch a lot of attention, and I see the potential in it. And what I'm doing and where I'm living, I feel there's a lot of potential. And I just want to be one of those first voices to kind of get it out there here in New York City, the Big Apple.
Nice, man. Absolutely, dude. Yep. Well, dude, it's awesome to have you on board, man. Awesome.
Now it's a privilege. It's an honor. You know, like I said, like I love our nation's veterans, man. Like my dad is the reason why I'm even here. I don't know where I'd be without my father, man. And he's the one that got me when I was a kid watching Rambo with him, and, you know, and everything else, man. He showed me a lot of stuff about, you know, this country's history. Was my first history I learned in this country was military history. And after I've learned that, I fell in love, and I just learned history on my own from later on, but it all started with the military. So much respect. Thank you for this opportunity.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you for jumping aboard. Would you be are you ready to do a veteran fundraiser? You know, we'll fly up to New York. We'll do a veteran fundraiser together. It'd be fun.
Are you kidding me? Like, if you come out here right now, I'll get ready right now.
We'll
Just let me know.
Everybody in New York, we'll say, hey, Military Finance is doing this veteran fundraiser with the Chris Wright show. It'd be huge.
Please look. We can do the Christopher Wright show. We can do it in my group, the CRA. I'll bring my group members to the event. We can do a mutual. Hey, the Conservative Republican Alliance unites with Military Finance for a Veterans First event. You know, we can think that, you know, it's all coming right now as we're talking. But
yes. I want everybody in New York to know who Military Finance is.
Yes, and we can do it. We can make it happen. Trust me, we got some veterans up here, and I got some good friends of mine here in New York who are veterans in New York. I can't forget Con O'Leary. Shout out to Con O'Leary, veterans in New York. I've been to quite a few of his events, so I already know some veterans up here ready to go.
Nice, man. Nice. All right. Well, listen, man, Chris, I appreciate you stopping by. I appreciate you stopping by tonight, man. And we couldn't be more happy to have you on the team. Everybody's excited and can't wait to the future. And Chris will be popping up on Chris's show, and Chris will be dropping into our channel quite often. So you guys will get to know him really well. And man, I'm so happy to have you on board, man.
Thank you so much, guys. And this is the beginning of something great. I'm looking forward to the future.
All
God
right,
bless
you got it.
everybody.
Yep, you got it, man.
Yeah, what a cool dude. I mean, he's, you know, I sat and I did an interview with him. Was that yesterday? That was yesterday. Oh man, my days are running together, and it was supposed to be you know, an hour, and then it turned into an hour and a half, and then two and a half, and then you know, well, you know, then we stopped the broadcast and we just sat there and talked for another 30, 45 minutes. I'm like, all right, dude, I can talk to you for 6 hours. I'm gonna roll. But he's, you know, I can see him with his way of interviewing and talking, and in the way that it flows, it rivals Joe Rogan. He's a very, very entertaining interviewer and podcaster. So, you know, keep a lookout for him. He's going to be an up and comer, you know, for sure, I believe.
Yep, absolutely. So who else do we have to bring on? We have the Brad. We have the We the People.
No, We the People. They've already popped in. Amazing guys. So we actually have a full broadcast with them on January 4th. I got to look at the calendars. January 4th, we're going to be on their show, and then amazing guys. And what I would like to do is hitch up with them in person and then do a veteran fundraiser event and make sure everybody in Nevada knows about Military.Finance. You know what I mean? Just do something in Nevada as a fundraiser in person would be really, really dope. So, you know, and anybody who's in these areas, you know, if you're in New York, if you're in Nevada, if you're in, you know, anywhere, hitch up with us. You know, it's not just us that's doing this. You know, you're talking about, you know, the car show that their community is putting on, and you know, all these people who are contacting us, it's the community. So if you have a good idea, then, you know, we would love to spread the word of Mill. You know what I mean? Get them, Jarrett.
Hey, I want to bring We the People back on just to talk a little bit about. It's really interesting what these guys have been doing on the seminar circuit with psychedelics and how they can help with the PTSD. And I want to bring them back on to kind of talk a little bit about that, because I was super excited about the opportunities that will be presented to us. Hey guys.
Yeah. So the psychedelics, it is something that it's if you take a look at it and you see something that has 100% success rate, you know what kind of how can you turn that down and then say, do you know what, it's not working because, you know, maybe we can't make any money off it, or maybe this, or I don't know what the whole plan is. So, you know, we've aligned with quite a few people who use psychedelics in either ayahuasca or, you know, other forms of it, because they see what happens with the neural regeneration. They see what happens. It makes neuroplasticity in the brain. It's absolutely amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Mr. Keith McGee. Welcome, Mr. Keith McGee, the first service-disabled NASCAR veteran NASCAR driver in the world. You're the first, and you know, he's we brought him aboard. We want him to talk a little bit about the project, what it means to him, and a little bit of the plans that we have, you know, working together as, you know, bringing him on as part of the team. So, Keith, you want to tell everybody a little bit about your story and how you got started, and you know, and kind of what you think about Mill?
Yeah, definitely. How's it going, everybody? Thanks for having me. It's good to be here. Currently, right now, I live in Alaska. It's freezing cold, and we've only got like 4 hours of sunlight, so it's pretty fun. It's exciting. Yeah, you know, we got together with Military.Finance last year. When I was getting ready to race Nashville, met the guys and just fell in love with the program and the mission behind everything. And it definitely aligns with everything I'm trying to do within NASCAR. Being the first disabled veteran to ever race in NASCAR was something I never set out to do, but it's definitely was a childhood dream of mine to end up racing in NASCAR. And so to be able to serve the country and then be able to follow up with living my dream was definitely something that I could never anticipated, but it's definitely something that I'm blessed and honored to be able to do. 5 years ago, I'd never been inside a race car. And so to go from never being in a race car to where I am now is pretty much unheard of in the sport. And I attribute it to indoor go-kart racing that I used for therapy session to help cope with PTSD and my traumatic brain injury that I suffered while on active duty. And it wasn't something that I ever thought would go further than racing electric indoor go-karts, but opportunities arose, and I kept taking those opportunities when they came and made the most of them. And now hopefully I can use my platform to inspire other veterans or just people in general to go out there and keep striving for the great things in their life that they want to accomplish, and never give up and never listen to the things that people tell them they can't do.
Yeah, I've had, it's such an inspiring story. And one thing about the go-karts is I had firsthand experience on how good, if you look at 60-mile-an-hour go-karts, they can't be that hard. But then when you're trying to keep up with Keith McGee, it was definitely a problem. There's no way. How many times did you lap me?
I think I lapped you about 3 times.
Yeah, it was right about there. Yes. Okay, so I'm not the best driver. I'm Asian. So I claim that one. So I'll never be a race car driver. So I have utmost respect for you. And then there's some plans that we were talking back and forth, and a lot of the stuff that we really can't talk about because we kind of want to keep it hush hush. And then some of the ideas that you have bringing to the table, not just as what was really cool about it is the ideas that you're bringing to the table, and you wanted to be part of. It really wasn't 100% a NASCAR event. There were other things. Like, this guy's absolutely genius with his marketing. You don't get in front of David Portnoy. You don't get in front of a dirty golf boy for nothing, right? So and I kind of taken a look at Keith. I said, you know what, this guy's got a head on his shoulders for sure, and it'll be a really, really good asset for Military.Finance because it's such a good fit, right? You have a nice audience, you have a cool audience, and you're just an overall cool dude. So I couldn't be more excited about what you about you coming to the team and everything that you're bringing with it.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that. I think I attribute a lot of that to growing up. My mom was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis in the early 80s and was told she'd never walk again. She was paralyzed on the right side of her body. And a few short years later, in 1988, she won an Olympic gold medal in Calgary in downhill skiing. So I got to see my mom be told that she would not be able to accomplish something, and then take it upon herself to go out and prove to not only herself, but prove to doctors and to the world that she can do whatever she wanted to do. And a lot of it was with marketing on her own and going out and making the connections that she needed to make to be able to show that she could do whatever she wanted to. And so as a child, that stuff kind of got instilled into me, and like how to think outside the box and try to figure out a problem with a different avenue. And I'm just able to come up with I guess great ideas and things that work. And hopefully they're fun and people really enjoy them, and they want to come back for more and more, because that's what I think it really is. If you can do something that people enjoy and they want to come back, that's where the longevity comes from it.
Keith, tell everyone the story of you enlisting. What day did you enlist?
Yeah, so I left for basic training on September 11th, 2001. So it was kind of just a whirlwind of a day. It was the day before I had a going away party, and one of my friends asked me, they said, what if we go to war? And at the time we were in peacetime, and I said, man, we haven't been to war in 10 years. I only enlisted for 6. I'll be in, I'll be out, and everything will be golden. And then of course the day I enlist was one of the most tragic days in our country in recent times. And it was full on from there out, and I spent my entire enlistment in wartime.
Yeah. And Keith's an OG holder too. Keith's been with us since the beginning.
Yeah, yep. I checked your wallet. You haven't
never sell.
Never
sell. Never sell. Yeah, and if people don't know, in early October, or I guess it was late October, I woke up to $181 million in crypto in my Coinbase account. And, I realized it wasn't mine, it was somebody else's. And so we immediately made it public that we had it and that we were trying to get it back. And it took roughly 6 weeks to get it back to its rightful owner. But I gave back every every cent of it, plus all the money that it actually accrued while it was in my account. So I think I gave back an additional $5 million.
That's crazy. I mean, you were probably like, oh, dude, I could just.
I remember the day it happened. I'm like, Brad, Keith's got a freaking $181 million that he woke up with. I think it was after the Sheba pump, the big Sheba pump, right?
Yeah, it was
the big Sheba pump. He woke up and he immediately. I said, dude, this is just everything we thought. What a solid human, dude. Because immediately he posted it up and said, hey man, this isn't mine. I want to try to get it back to the rightful owner, dude. But that was crazy, man. Crazy.
Yeah, it was a wild month. I had a lot of people that reached out that laid claim to the money, falsely, of course, trying to get it from me, and it was stressful.
Story? What was the best story, Keith?
Man, I heard every kind of story. I had one lady ask me for $100 million so she could raise her daughter, saying that it would tremendously help out. And I was like, yeah, $100 million would help anybody out. Like, that's how did you come to this amount of money? Like $100,000 would help you out, like not 100 million. Like, so yeah, I just all kinds of stories. I had people that, were like, oh, this is mine, I can prove it. And, I would make them try and prove that it was theirs, and nobody could prove that it was theirs until we were able to get it back to actually who it belonged to.
So you have $180 million, and then if anything, it should have went to go to buy mill. Next time, consult with John and I, because but no, that's awesome. Yeah, with that kind of stuff, it's really weird on what the laws are, and I'm sure you're talking with a lawyer on it to figure out, what to do to make sure they're not hamstrung. But yeah, no, it's no amount of money is worth looking over your shoulder for the rest of your life. So I was like, that's the only way you got to do it, man. So that's
for me, I was, I thought of it as like, if I had lost $100, and even if I lost $1,800, I'd be panicked, right? So somebody out there was panicking because $181 million is a lot of money to misplace. So I was like, okay, well, somebody needs this money. This is their money. And the last thing I wanted is somebody to do harm to themselves because they've just misplaced a large fortune, of money. And I didn't want to have that on my conscience.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Yeah. But yeah, no, so we're going to be doing some press releases with Keith coming out. I just want to make sure that we can use the NASCAR logo with some of the press releases. So that's
we have some exciting stuff.
So the press releases for him haven't been released yet, but Keith's part of the team. His ideas are just phenomenal, and I really wish I could just word vomit what we have coming down the pipe, because it's super exciting with NASCAR and his route, his take on marrying drivers in the token. But no, we're glad to have you.
Yeah, I'm pumped to be here. I can't wait for this journey in life, and I think our platforms and what we stand for both align, and so it couldn't be a better marriage.
Absolutely. All right, Wayne. Well, thank you. I know it's Alaska. What time is it there in Alaska?
No. It's 5:01.
Oh man, it's still early. Yeah. So it's 9 o'clock here. So, all right. Well, thank you for swinging on in, man. I appreciate you popping in, especially at the last second. I think I called you yesterday and said, hey, we're doing some changes and we want some people to talk to the community. And thank you for taking time out on short notice, my guy.
Yeah, definitely. I'm happy to be here. I'm definitely happy to help out, and I'll do my best to pop into more of these.
Hey, real quick, because Todd just jumped on the team, and then would you be open to do some collaborations with Todd for Keith, Todd in Military.Finance, just some crazy collaboration? Would you be open to that?
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
I've always wanted to get into a monster truck. So, like, if I can get any opportunity to hop into a monster truck and go just crush some stuff, that'd be so badass. Because it's like so much mayhem. Like, like for NASCAR, it's you don't want to wreck anything, and it seems like in monster truck, you just want to go out there and just destroy as much stuff as you can, and just like go big. And that's all me.
He has a heart of a racer, and then you do too. I wonder if you put him in a NASCAR, would he be as effective in the corners as you are? I mean, probably not. I mean, but you have to think he has the spirit in there. Because he has been racing Baja and stuff like that too. So
yeah.
So
I honestly probably, because it comes down to the fear factor, and that's what really separates like good drivers from, just people that want to be a driver is if you could remove that fear of wrecking and you go in there just, kind of without a care, it makes all the difference. And so I think you would do just fine.
Yeah, no, you're probably right. I mean, it takes a racer to know a racer for sure. But yeah, man, thanks for coming out, and we'll talk shortly, man. I appreciate you.
Definitely. Love you guys.
Love you guys. Peace.
Love you, brother. Yep.
All right. Yeah, that's awesome. So Keith is I went over there and I went to North Carolina and I talked with him on actually joining the team, and then not so much as joining, but what could what it could look like, and what he could do for us and what we could do for him, because we want a symbiotic relationship. We want some give and take. It's not just give, or it's not just take. Excuse me. But yeah, no. So we're really, really excited for him. And then Mr. David Summerall, welcome from Stop Hate News.
Good to see you guys. What are y'all up to, man?
No, man, just talking to you. So we're going through a lot of the people that we've talked to just in the past. What is this? Just in the past week or two, and then we're just bringing everybody on board and announcing to the community, partnerships. Oh, here he is. Welcome back. All partnerships and in collaborations, and we did on one of your podcasts. One thing that I don't like, and I told Sean this, is I don't like watching myself. I don't. Yeah, because it's like an actor that watches his own movies. So a lot of actors don't do that just because they see the nuances and the mistakes and stuff like that. And I don't know, Sean, do you feel the same way? Did you like watching yourself on camera?
No.
Yeah, exactly. So Mr. Summerall, yes. So I guess go ahead and tell everybody a little bit about yourself. And a little bit about your program and how you came to be, and what you think of the Military.Finance project.
Well, in a lot of ways, I'm just like y'all. I don't like this side of the camera as much as I like the other side of the camera. It's more friendly. I have the perfect face for radio, they say. So it's one of those things. I really just got in this deal because I want to get closer to the race car and the monster trucks. I mean, I think that's probably the coolest part about this. Maybe I can get to the go-kart track and race some of these guys. It'd be fun. But no, honestly, Stop Hate, we started back in the early 90s during the LA riots period to try to offset the media narrative of the lies and deception of division, whether it's, race, sex, religion, politics, abortion, pick a topic, they're going to politicize it and try to divide us with it. So, when I saw this community that you were building, the transparency, the equal ownership, of people feeling, invested in this. And when you told me it was 24 hours a day growth, that really hit my button, because we try to stay up on everything as well, and have people in the UK working with us. And so stophate.com is really, Stop Hate's an acronym, and it stands for Start Turning Off Prejudice, Heal Attitudes Through Education. And one of those things that we need more education about and to stop prejudging is our veterans. Every time we have conflict and send them home, they're ostracized, looked down on, you did bad things for your country, and part of that education is making people aware of the reality of their situation. We see the suicide rate so high in the veteran community, and it's pointless. We have to embrace these people and let them know they're part of our family and community as well. So, any efforts like this for our vets, my dad's a Navy veteran, fought in the Korean War, and I was raised on that patriotism as well, God and country, and this is where it takes individuals like us, like anyone listening, to take that personal action. And that's what we try to encourage people to do at stophate.com, is just be active in your community, your school board, your city council, with your local organizations and groups, whether it's a veteran group or a community group or for kids or whatever it is, just do something and be a part of that. And it's very rewarding, as each one of you know that's on here. Giving back feels a lot better than taking anything. And we're just trying to spread that message as well. But No, this is an interesting thing. And I had you two guys, Brad and Sean, on the show the other day and talked about crypto. I am not as familiar with it. I'm more like Todd in that respect. I'm ready to try anything and I'm not scared. So I think these are all good things, but it really is not the finance side for me. I mean, it is, I guess, but it's really that community, that whole, building something together and having input and being able to direct and help steer toward who needs the help the most, and I think that's so useful these days. But man, it's a great opportunity for anybody. And I think I just got lucky when I got here. Of course, Christy, setting us up is just amazing. She's done wonderful things for you guys already. And I'm just impressed with the growth. And I just definitely want to be a part of it.
Yeah, well, I mean, thank you for stopping by. I mean, yeah, there's when it comes to veterans, when it comes to first responders, when it comes for LEO, there's a lot of people that need a lot of help, and it's not just one. We're actually just sponsored Adopt a Cop BJJ Jiu-Jitsu, so that people don't understand that there's PTSD spans across a lot of different professions, right? So it's a lot of people need some help, and I'm glad that you're jumping aboard. Sorry, Sean, I interrupted you, man.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, when I met David, David, tell a little bit about the people that you reach, the things that you're doing, out in the community. You have a very successful podcast, and what are some of the other ways that you're out there, spreading your message and getting the word out?
Well, one of the things we've been extremely involved with was my recent vacation to Washington, D.C. last January on the 6th. And ever since I've, got home, it's been a whirlwind, guys, to tell you the truth. We've been, putting out video and information and trying to help who are a lot of veterans that were there on January 6th. We talked earlier, I heard you talking about Jeremy Brown. I mean, these are people that fought for our country, and I've interviewed Jeremy several times, and help get him to Stu Peters. We have to spread these stories out and make people aware. That is our mission right now, and I know y'all are all on board, with that as well. And I can't thank you enough, because it's been hard to find support, because there's this huge misunderstanding about January 6th that some people went to riot, when in actuality we went to protest. We were attacked by the police. We show this in video. Go to stop8.com/writing history, RIGHTING. It's the first video. It's the big video with the capital on it. And you will see a 37-minute film that shows all the deaths caused by Capitol Police, all the brutality. It's a chronological, sometimes synchronized video, so you can get different perspectives. But this is the truth we've been fighting to get out. We're trying to fight for our hostages and gain their freedom and declare our rights that have been taken away from us. So, as we work together in this community, I hope to help shed light on that aspect of the fight that we're in, as well. Because like I said, it's a handful of veterans, because those are the people that are, in defense of God and country, will go and be active and do the things that we need to do to make our voices heard. Therefore, they're the targets of our tyrannical administration that's over us right now. And we have to support them now more than ever. And to be honest with you, the better I do, the more I can support other people. This has always been like a hobby for me. We've just really, in the last few years, grown into more of an organization. So, the better I do, the more people I can help. The more people can help more people, the better everybody is. I think this is one of those avenues for us to go down, to explore that, and hopefully be, prosperous in more than just one way, for the good of the community. And that's kind of what we're all about anyway.
Awesome, man. That's awesome, dude. Well, we're glad to have you, man. It was a pleasure meeting with you the other day, man. You're a great guy, dude. You're out there in the fight every day. And yeah, man, we're super happy to be teamed up with you, and we can't wait to see what happens in the future.
Well, same here, guys. I appreciate stopping by. And listen, anytime you do this, let me know. I want to help spread this word. When you get to Dallas, I'm your guy. You get down here in Texas, we're going to do some things. And there's a lot of groups right here locally around me that can use this kind of support as well, and community, efforts. So thanks, guys, man. Keep knocking it down, and let me know when I can get one of those cars or trucks. That'd be real fun.
Yeah, well, I think Jared, he's setting up a donation to Camp Hope as well as a large motorcycle rally. And we'd love to kind of get around, and do a fundraiser to help the community as well as nonprofits. And we'd love to have you stop in on one of those. That's going to be in Texas. I'm not exactly sure, but if we can set something up where we could meet up, we'd love to have you at that event. That'd be really, really awesome.
That'd be great. I look forward to it, and I'm sure we'll have y'all back on the show real soon to talk again. And thanks again, and listen, everybody. God bless you, and Merry Christmas to you all.
Yep, same to you, David, man. Good having you on.
Appreciate y'all.
Yep, you got it. All right, so let's get back to you guys so you can kind of tell the story, the best for last, dude. Talk a little bit about what you guys are doing in the psychedelic space and how maybe we can use that to help veterans, man. It was really fascinating listening to it the other day.
Well, we're really excited for what you guys are doing because it really aligns with everything that we speak about on our show. You see the writing on the wall. Fiat currency is dying. Staples Center is now called Crypto.com Center. Crypto is the future, and that's where the world is going, whether you like it or not. They said the internet was a fad in the early 2000s, and look where it's at now. The writing's on the wall, and then the fact that you're able to track where every penny goes and keep track of all of that and see it actually going to help veterans and first responders. That's such an amazing thing because we've gotten into we started a 501c3 and we did a lot of research and saw how corrupt they are. It's almost like a way for wealthy elites to avoid taxes. They don't donate towards the causes that they're trying to help. And our veterans are seeing some crazy, crazy things overseas in this war that we've been in for over 20 years. For the majority of most of our lives now at this point, we've been at war in Afghanistan and Iraq, and they're seeing some wild things, and they're coming back, and they're expected to just act like regular civilians and be regular people after seeing and doing these crazy things to protect our freedoms. And Big Pharma, we see a big spotlight on what's going on with Big Pharma right now, and they don't want veterans to get treatment that we now know, based on many studies, actually works. And the fact that you guys are willing to take a risk and bring this to the forefront to actually give these veterans treatments that are helping them insane. It's like almost like a miracle. The difference that psychedelics are having on these veterans or anybody that's going through PTSD, police officers, firefighters go through it. It's doing so many amazing things, and there's so many studies to back it up now. And you guys are bringing it to the table and actually helping them. That's something that we're so behind, and we're so excited because we've been working with Kush Creams, and they work with a foundation called 22 Too Many, where they actually teach veterans how to grow their own mushrooms, how to dose, how to properly dose, so they're not going crazy, and not really going crazy, but just having a bad time, having a bad trip, just so they understand what's going on. And these drugs that they're being given by Big Pharma are killing them slowly.
Yeah,
absolutely.
The psychedelics are not going to kill you. They're going to only help your brain work better.
Well, that's the thing. We have a big challenge over some stigmas were put on, if you really want to call them alternative medicines, but I don't really like even that terminology, because these natural medicines, these natural therapy have been around for and really thousands of years, even longer than probably people have been here. They've been labeled as just kooky and maybe just people that are trying to get high, and it's a problem. And so that keeps a lot of people who could really benefit from these treatments far from them, and they would never give them a try. And that's one of the things that I'm passionate about doing, is get rid of the stigmas and getting the treatment in from people who can really benefit from it.
Well, think about it. The saying 22 too many comes from the fact that a veteran commits suicide every 22 minutes.
Yeah.
And one is too many. One
is way too many. And we've been throwing this brick at a wall trying to hope that it works and give them all these antidepressants and different kinds of medication, and it's clearly not working. It's time that we try something different and we give them an approach that can actually genuinely help. There's now studies to back it up. It's not some crazy kooky science or some witchcraft or anything like that. This is, a lot of it is extremely natural, especially when you get into psilocybin and mushrooms. You add lion's mane and reishi and other mushrooms that can really help with cognitive function and neuroreceptors.
These active compounds in these psychedelics, DMT, actually produced inside the body.
Yeah.
And so
Yep.
we're literally designed to work with these compounds, and we've been kept so far away from them, and we've gotten so separated from that we almost relearn what we've collectively forgotten in a way.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, just like I said, guys, the audience, the relationships, the connections, working with these guys, working with MAPS, working with Heroic Hearts, this is we're going to be out there doing the things that actually are getting the job done. So I think it's time, Brad. I believe it's time for the buy and burn. I think, guys, listen. Hey, we the people. It was really a pleasure having you guys on tonight. We appreciate you stopping by. We can't wait to meet up with you guys next. And again, welcome to the team, and we really appreciate you guys coming on board.
We're super excited to be a part of this. Thank you.
Yeah, so I'm excited. So I guess we're gonna have to make a trip out to Vegas, right? And then we're gonna do a huge fundraiser. Let's make a big splash. Then we're gonna have to go over to New Jersey.
Yeah, I was telling James, we're backstage. One is I went to an amazing event at Attila's gym. You guys have heard of Attila's with Smith in Belmore, New Jersey. He had a veterans outreach, and it was incredible. Andy Frizella was there, and he probably had 700-800 people, everyone together, just doing ups, working out, sweating, having a phenomenal time, and raising a ton of money and getting it people who really need it.
That's awesome, guys.
Yeah.
I could just see it sponsored by Military.Finance.
Yeah, let's do it. I mean, this is, you think about this is the beginning, from the way I look at it, this is the beginning stages of something absolutely amazing. This is the beginning stages of Red Bull, of Monster, of crosses with Bitcoin. So there's we have a long ways to go, and it's going to be uphill, but the view from the top is going to be amazing, and I'm glad that you guys are climbing it with us. So, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Peace, man. We'll talk soon.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. So now it's time to kick off the buy and burn. So we are buying and burning all the way up until the launch of Ethereum with the Ethereum platform. So
this is the first. This is
the first of a long amount of burns. And when is the ETA of the Ethereum? You're thinking, Mr. Burst?
I think it'll be in January.
I think it'll be in January too. Very, 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 very nice answer. So, without further ado, let me go ahead and start doing this.
And while this was going on, Mike went and randomly picked the winners, and so you've got to be signed up on the forum and have made a comment or be live when we announce this. We're getting ready to announce it. As soon as Brad burns it, we will announce the winners. We'll put them in the chat, and then just reach out to us, and we'll get you your tokens.
Perfect. So, all right. So go ahead and Joe. So what we did is our first kickoff inaugural buy and burn. We bought and burned $15,000 worth of mill, and then we send that to the debt address. So that's viewable on the blockchain, and this is one step all the way up until launch. We wanted to get a few more guests. We really put this together in the past. It was 24. Well, okay. When I say we, I mean Chrissy and Jarrett.
Yeah.
Put this on in the past 24 hours.
Where's Jared at?
Yeah, so it's been.
Where's Jared? Can we bring Jared on? Is Jared around?
He's not in this deal.
He's not in here. All right, so I want to leave you guys with some closing remarks. We're going to have some more announcements. We're going to have some more press releases coming out. We have some more. Visit the website, take a look at it. And stay tuned for the next installment of what we have, because we're going to have a lot of news coming down the pipe very, very fast. So we're going to be buying and burning all the way through till the launch of Ethereum, and you better be in for strap in. strap in your seatbelts because we're in for a ride. Any last thoughts, Sean?
Yeah, just on the private sale side of things, we're getting closer to being subscribed. Once that happens, if anybody has any questions, as soon as we are subscribed and reach our goal, which we're really close, you're going to get something from legal. You'll get an email from legal. Maybe we'll even just send out an update email in the next couple of days, maybe on Monday, just letting everybody know what the status is. And then when it's ready, we'll make sure that you get a couple of emails, and then the email will come from the lawyer with all the instructions, and then we'll just go from there. So we're working diligently to get the final little bit subscribed, and then we'll be you guys will be hearing from us. I know we get a lot of questions. What's next? I haven't heard anything. Everything is fine. We'll try to just touch you guys every 4 or 5 days, just giving you a status on where we are and a little bit more of a tighter timeline. And then when it's ready to go, you'll start receiving documents from legal.
All right. Well, thank you guys. That's the time we have for today. If you guys have any other questions, just feel free to give us a shout. Let us know. But we have a lot of cool things on the way.
Yeah. So we're gonna say the names. Listen, just from the Military.Finance team, from the devs, from everybody, from Craig, from Mike, Christy, Jared, all of them. Listen, we hope every one of you guys has a very Merry Christmas. We have a lot to be thankful for. I know I'm super, super excited about being a part of this project. I know Mike is. Mike's done a great job behind the scenes. Christy has. And listen, man, you guys are, we're a part of a team. We're a part of a family moving forward. And it's just going to be a lot of fun, man. If we keep it fun, we love all people. We welcome everybody to the project, no matter who you are, what you think. If you have a mission of helping veterans and first responders, we want you to be involved in the project, because we want as many people out there singing the praises as possible. So I hope you guys have a great holiday, a Merry Christmas, and we'll be giving you guys, I'm sure we'll be in the channel all throughout the holidays. I hope to talk to you guys, most of you guys, on Christmas Day. We can chat, and yeah, we're super excited. And so Mike is going to actually read out the names, and then he's going to type them into the chat. I guess the Facebook chat, the YouTube chat, Mike.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll do that. So hey, first name is Dakota Starlin. You'll be getting an email too as well, the Dakota Starlin at yahoo.com. That is, you are our first winner. Congratulations. The second one is Jeff Adams. That's Jeff Adams 5 at yahoo.com. Congratulations, Jeff. And then the third is Luke Taikiyama. Please excuse me for destroying your last name, because I'm sure I didn't say it right. But your email is entz500 at gmail.com.
Yama.
And we will be burning. It's going to be random times, because what we didn't want. This is one of the things that the community didn't want, is they didn't want a set date and time that the burn's going to happen. We're going to be burning up to 300,000. Spread all the way across, all the way up until the launch of the ETH, and then you're going to see some pretty big candles. Starting very, very shortly. We're not going to give any time. We want you to stick with us. We want you to watch what we're doing, because we're going to be making some waves. So watch your green candles, and just come along.
Yep. And the 3 winners, I will be emailing you guys directly to the emails that y'all signed up for, and just reply back to the with the wallet address that you want the tokens sent to. And Brad and I will work together and get those put directly into your wallet.
All right, thank you guys. I appreciate it, and just stay tuned for the next announcement.
Yep. See ya.
Bye, guys.